Hey there, and welcome to the very first episode of Extra Light. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see if it stays. That's what I'm going with right now. I'm Sunny, the life coach, and I am the host of the What Lights You Up podcast. And on that podcast, I talk about, we talk about all of the things that are difficult, that kind of dim our light, right? So that we can find it again. Yes, a lot of that has to do with our relationships, and a lot of that has to do with how we show up to those relationships. And over the past two episodes, 107 and 108, over the last week and this week, I talked about how I showed up online in an online space. And it was not the prettiest of experiences. But that's it. That's what we have, right? We just have a contrast all of the time. All of us do. And it got me to thinking about a lot of things. In those two episodes, I share that, of course, what my experience was, a little bit of that experience. I talk about how I am an adoptive parent and how I try to show up as such in a mixed space of all kinds of people in the sphere of adoption, including adoptees and adoptive parents and foster parents and all of the all of the players, if you will, right? Oh, it was such an experience, but that's the thing. That's the thing. When we have an experience like that is negative online, in a even in a private space. It doesn't even have to be public. It can be in a private space with several thousand members and it still feels awful, right? It does. There are so many reasons why it does, but I want to share with you, give you a little extra thing that I did not share on either of those episodes as to what lies underneath that. What is the one thing that keeps us from showing up anywhere? I mean, it can be in person, it can be online, it can be in a private space, a public space, what have you. The number one reason that we do not show up as ourselves is fear of being judged by others. Now, you may say, okay, Sonny, yeah, of course I know this, right? That's obvious. Of course. That's why I sit down and I'm quiet and and I don't want to say anything. I don't want to rock the boat. It may be obvious, my friend. However, there's a way out. There is a way out of this people pleasing, this level of influence that you have been conditioned to believe that if you are liked by everyone, then you are solid, you are an okay person. Then everything is fine. Everything is right in my world as long as the people love me. This is something that we have simply been taught over our lifetimes to believe. It becomes a belief to believe that our very worth hangs on comments in a Facebook group. Yeah, we do. We do that. And it's not that it is wrong. Nothing has gone wrong. It just is. This is where we are. Now, where do we want to be? Where do we want to be? This is the number one reason why we don't show up. Now, how do we move forward? I would love to tell you how to move forward. You can send me an email to sunnythelifecoach@gmail.com and let us have a conversation about your worst experience online or your worst experience in person or the thing that you were so embarrassed about or the thing that is holding you back from saying anything at all because of what other people are going to think about you. All right, we need to lay off of that. We need to give ourselves a little bit of grace. Just think about that. Think about giving yourself a little bit of grace. I love, love, love that you showed up for my very first episode of Extra Light. You can find what lights you up on all of the major podcast platforms. And also, please subscribe to this channel because I am really, really, really excited to have you here. All right, take care. Have a wonderful weekend.